Hey, what's up guys? In this video I'm going to be going over Carve EQ made by the guys over at kiloHearts. And what it is it's a 31 band graphical equalizer. So it's set up in a certain way. Okay, well what it does that impresses me is it does a whole lot when you don't really do much of anything. There's a lot going on under the hood and it's really focused on like UI. So it may be, like a 31 band graphical EQ, meaning that each of these points is a band and there's 31 of them and they're kind of fixed in place and you can't move them around. But there's other things, and I'll get into, that are pretty impressive and that I like. So we'll just hit a little example here. House loops are a good example. So that's the spectrum. The dark blue is the mid material, and the light blue is the gray is the side. And right now it's set, the spectrum is set to 1/3 of an octave. This kind of easily delineates things. You can also set it to, an octave. So it'll set it up in octave so you can really look in there. Well, for like musical, you can set it up for semitone. So like, say for example, if you have like a bass that's kind of ringing, or like one note bass, or something's kind of happening, you can dig in there. And then you got exact. And exact is actually pretty good. And you have your fall off, which is how quickly it kind of, the spectrum stays in peaks. Right now it's pretty slow. And yeah, you can have that for like educational purposes and stuff like that. But I'll set it to medium. And on the bottom here, you got UI scale, which is pretty cool. It scales very nicely. Okay, so there's a few ways on how you manipulate this. It's not like Pro Q, where you select a band and then you like select the cue and then carve it out. You kind of select multiple bands, and you can select more or less by using your mouse wheel, which is also pretty cool. And then you just kind of hold your mouse down, click and hold your mouse down, and you move it around. And it's pretty fun. And then once you found a spot or whatever, you can just let it go, find another one, move it down, move it around, do all sorts of stuff. And that is the sculpt tool. And you got varying sizes. So you can sculpt broadly or not so broadly. You can also clear right away. So say if we want to like, boost a bass or something like that, or carve out the mid. That's a better example. If we have like, a super awesome sample in the middle, we can just shave that out. Something like that, right? And if like, I typically take out a bit of bass from the kick drum around here, I'll just find that. Right? Stuff like that. That's all well and good. And yeah, that is the sculpt mode, or sculpt tool. It's a mode too, whatever. This is the selection tool. So you can really go in there, kind of like a classical graphical EQ. You can just select a band and move it up, move it down. You can do all sorts of things with that. You can also, if you go over here, you can, go over here and you mouse wheel, you can actually zoom in. And yeah, you can use this magnifying glass and kind of find out where you are and stuff like that. And it's actually pretty cool. Get this thing and you can like pan, translate, get right in there and stuff like that. And that's all well and good. Very much needed. Yeah, and you can just mouse wheel out, see the whole thing. And then there's the pencil tool, which I've never really done it this way before, but it's actually pretty cool. You just basically draw it. Draw in like anything. Right, you can do all that. But yeah, you can also maybe like use your Wacom tablet. Yeah, you can. You can actually just draw it in with a pen if you want. Be like, hey, get out of there. And then like get a shelf, because we're gangster like that. Yeah. And that is pretty neat. You can also you can do some matching with your references. You can record your match tool, you can select one of their factory profiles, and then you can go, we can reference it to hardstyle, FTS by Showtech, and you can kind of figure out which ones these are. Pretty cool. Then you can also add your own. You can record, and then you can also, can you create profile from file? You can actually upload or take like a song and then analyze it within this and then save it as a reference, which is pretty cool, in my opinion. So what else is there? You have, your mid and your side. You can kind of adjust them separately, which is quite nice. You can take out all the mids. Oh, wait. What is this? Oh, this is mid. We want to leave the mids in. We can take out sides. We can accentuate. We can easily just take out the low end. We can go back to our mid, get some of that stuff in there. Maybe like get a problem in there. See, it's really actually quick and fun. You can make like cool effects and stuff. Then you can modulate the mix. Right, and all that. And then you have, your presets and stuff like that. You can do all sorts of stuff and save your presets. So yeah, that is Carve EQ by kiloHearts. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Check the links in the description and have a good one.